So Emmet stopped eating raw in April. Then he started just picking at wet food. He started losing weight, trip to the vet, saw an infection of some sort. He put on antibiotics and started doing better. Now he is back to picking at his food and licking bags. Licking bags? Is that right?
Probably like grocery bags, plastic bags.
Oh, yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't work out that then. Pam has done some work on him. During this time. Lovely. Would like to have chakra work done so I know what I could do to help him get back to the fun-loving Emmet that he once was. He used to run and play, not as much anymore. He does not isolate himself like before, but I can still sense that something is off with him. Would love for him to get back onto a raw diet. He still eats freeze-dried. Oh, gosh, excuse me. Energy shift. He still eats freeze-dried, raw and wet food. Any insights would be greatly appreciated. Fascinating. Right. Food bags, treat bags and such. Right.
Said plastic material. Yeah.
Okay, peeps, give me a minute. Interesting. Okay. So initial impression is that he, like, this is exactly how it feels. There's loads going on for him. I feel like I should be looking at 50 different things. So one of my first questions is, where do you feed him and how do you feed him? Because there is something about, for him, his food is linked with his root. It's to do with his root. So I don't know if you've had, I know a little bit about Laura Lee's situation, but not a huge amount. So I wonder whether he is around a lot of the other cats. I know you're a multi-cat home. How much he is around other cats, because there is something in him that is that peace and quiet feels like a distant time ago, feels like a distant life ago. Do you have time one-on-one with him? And is there a man in the house that he is bonded with? Because it feels like he's not getting enough time with him. Or there's a male energy in the Did you just say yeah, Pam? Yeah.
Husband.
It is. Yeah, there's a male energy he's not getting enough of. He's not getting enough from him. He eats on the counter or the island. The other cats do try to get his food. He does look around constantly. That is exactly how it feels. So my love, what I would say is, and this is a behavior tip, not an energy tip, but a behavioral tip, is to feed him somewhere quiet. Now, I know you've got a lot going on in the home, but I would think about how you can give him space to feed. So, in a multi-cat home, food is an essential resource. So cats will, that there is stress and tension around their essential resources, and particularly, again, I don't mean to bring the elements in, but whatever element he is, like water, for example, a water cat is always on edge, regardless of what's going on around them. So Leo's a water cat, and we've got to be very careful about where we feed him, when we feed him, and who's around when we feed him, because otherwise he just runs away and he won't eat, and he's not the kind of cat that's driven, like an earth cat that is driven by food. So I would really recommend thinking about where you're feeding him. And I think once he settles, he will be able to get that appetite back with regards to the food content. There's also something for me around his throat chakra. So again, it's male. It's not. I don't know if there's, like, the man in the house, a young male, older male, but I don't really know about the age, but never really shown any interest in the husband. Okay, then I wonder if it's if you've got any child or visitors, or there's something about. In fact, I'm not going to try and problem solve it. I'm going to tell you what I feel. There is something for him about a male energy that he is not getting enough of, and when he's around that male energy, it grounds him. it grounds him, and it helps him to express himself. Now, there is something with him with his throat chakra that is small, which means it's underactive. So there's something about him that he's not expressing about himself. So I don't know whether he's been a bit more reserved. What did you say in your notes? Licking bags, that's to do with the throat. Yeah. Something is still off with him. It's his energy connection. Yeah. Yeah. So Laura Lee, I would say feed him somewhere quiet, my love. And like for like at least a week before you try and bring the raw food back in, he has to get this fight or flight response back down a bit from when he's eating. And that needs to be by himself. That needs to be that he can go to the food, take a look around, and then just eat, with maybe once looking up, but not, you know, on alert, because it's discombobulating his energy. Think about where this male energy is for him. Now, obviously, all of us have male and female energy in us, masculine and feminine. You know, I say male and female, that's not true. It's masculine and feminine. We've all got that between us, because it's a whole yin and yang thing. So maybe it's about, if you spend a lot of time with him, how does your masculine energy feel? Is there a side to you that you're not bringing to him that you would normally? Maybe that's where he's finding the grounding energy from. He's been meowing a lot more. He's usually a quiet cat. Yeah. So there's an imbalance in the throat for sure. So I would think about having a chakra cleanse. I mean, to be honest with him, because he's had issues with his digestion, obviously from the on and off with the food, with the root, the throat, you know, I would say you want a top to tail approach, particularly being, you know, the fact that he's around quite a lot of other cats as well. They can all take on a lot of each other's energy. So, you know, chakra cleansing is really key when you've got a multi-cat home. So I would suggest chakra cleanse, using a bit of color therapy for his throat. I would offer light and dark blue to see which he wants. And I would also think about where you feed him, hun.